Mother bad, they were calling me TV. Now we big bills on my check, got too big. I be ballin', I feel like I'm Kobe. Go back to the old me. Some people say they gon' expose me. I probably could never be lucky. Heard he hating, but still in the nosebleed. Now I got me a negative low key. Mother bad, they were calling me TV. Now we big bills on my check, got too big. I be ballin', I feel like I'm Kobe. I will never go back to the old me. Some people say they gon' expose me. Now I probably could never be lucky. Heard he hating, but still in the nosebleed. Now I got me a bag and it's on me. Got some bitches who told me they love me, and they him just wanted to find me. Wouldn't be here if I ain't have money. That's why you can't even get nothing from me. What was you when this shit ain't got ugly? It was me and myself and nobody. I was done bad and I ain't had nobody. None of them people they said it.
Yo. What's going on? What's going on? This is the OG podcast, man. Thank y'all for coming in. You know what I mean? Tuning in with us every week as we do. Giving y'all the real, giving y'all the authentic, the only way we know how. You know what I'm saying? This is a special, you know what I mean, interview right here. This is a person I look up to, even though they're younger than me. You know what I'm saying? They're doing a lot of things in the community, a lot of things for women. You feel what I'm saying? And like the reason the people I picked for these first three interviews that I did pick is because I missed Women Empowerment Month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to catch up a little bit. You dig what I'm saying? And I got daughters of my own, so I want to show them people that's really, you know what I mean, doing things outside of like what they see. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's cool to see what you see on TV, this, that, and the third, how they get into the money, they get into the bag, whatnot, and the third. But you got people in your community that's really doing things, really trying to make a difference in all forms, all shapes. You know what I mean? So before I get into that, though, again, thank you for coming. I got this basic shirt on. It's always stay good, but I got the basic community shirt on. You know what I'm saying? We started the Little League back up. Last Wednesday, we had the meet and greet. This Wednesday, we doing the first day, the real day. We going into it. And Wednesday, we doing basketball. Thursday, we going to be doing flag football. Starts at 5 o'clock. If your kids didn't get a chance to come out there last Wednesday, come out this Wednesday. Talk to me, Bernie, Tiana. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out there you can talk to. Any of the grown-ups that you see out there helping, you know what I'm saying? Just go to one of them, tell them what's going on, and we're going to get them in there. You know what I'm saying? So let me hit these notes real quick. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out there, I hope y'all doing good tonight. It's a good Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all probably went to church today. Talk to the Lord. Hope y'all pray for your boy. You know what I'm saying? So who we got today, man? She likes to call herself an organizer. You know what I'm saying? First, I called her an activist because the things that I seen her do was like, you know what I'm saying, being pro-black. You know what I mean? Speaking for the black community, also speaking for the women community, also speaking for, I don't want to say it the wrong way, but the pride community. I say that, you know what I mean? The Rainbow Coalition. You know what I mean? So she been doing her thing, stepping for them, big stepper too. You know what I'm saying? No further ado, I'm gonna introduce to you. A lot of people mess her name up as she told me. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure I had to get it right, man. Makya Purnell, you know what I mean? So we gonna add her in.
Hey.
What's up? How you doing?
All is well. I was listening. I'm like, listen, put me on the spot.
Yeah, I'm saying no, but it's all real though. Everything real, everything authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like what you do, what you contribute. You know what I'm saying? How you moving? Like that's a big inspiration for a lot of kids, a lot of girls, females, even males. You know what I'm saying? Everybody need to lock in with that and everything you got going on. So like the first thing I want to talk about though, because you got a lot going on, man. I want to talk about the group that you're a founder of, and I ain't gonna hold you. I talked to you. I try to get the name right. Who is like I can't get it right. Save my life, yo. I'm trying to tell you, boy. Like, so break down the foundation. You know what I mean? What you got going on, the founder of that? We're gonna talk about that first.
Okay. All right. So I always tell people that I had the idea of Ocean's Garden for a long time. So those of us who have grown up on the shore, we know seeing events that are specific to our people, to whether it's Black people as a whole or Black women, I just wasn't seeing that a lot. So when I went to Towson and I was, in Baltimore County and Baltimore City, I would see so many events that were specific to us. And it wasn't like no one felt any type of way about it. It wasn't like you were hearing people say, well, what about us? That was the norm, right?
Right.
So when I came back to the shore, I'm like, there is no place where I feel like we are being seen. And events that were for specifically Black women were either sororities or it was like a religious event. And I'm like, but you have those people who are in the middle who may not be religious or who don't want to join a sorority or can't join a sorority. So there had to be a place where it's like all of these people can come, whether you're in a sorority, whether you're religious, whether you're none of those things, just a space that's literally all about Black women. So I would say probably in 2018, I had the idea to do a brunch. And I'm like, I want to do this brunch for just Black women, and I want us to be in yellow, and I want it to look, fabulous.
Right.
And we had the first brunch in 2019, and it was beyond what I thought. Like I knew I wanted to plan this event, but it was sold out, and that was my first event.
Wow.
So fast forward to year 2, and it's selling out again. So I'm like, okay, at this point, I know that this is something that the women here want as well. And with each brunch, I would kind of do like feedback, or I would ask them, what are some things you want to talk about? And each year on those surveys, I was always getting people who were saying something around like violence, whether it was trauma from like an experience that they had in their youth or something that they were experiencing now in their relationship. And I'm like, okay, there are no, and as you know, I work at UMES too, doing gender-based violence work. So I'm like, there are really no culturally specific resources here on the shore for Black women. And with that, I started to pivot a little bit for us to start to focus on violence against Black women as a whole, and not just like domestic violence, but also day-to-day violence. I mean, every day is violent as a Black person in America. I mean, that's what it is. So that's Ocean's Garden in a nutshell.
Okay, so and within that group, you have a lot of powerful people in that group that come to these brunches, right? Could you break down like the people, maybe a couple of people that be coming, sliding through, and they be having a brunch with y'all?
Okay, so each year, I mean, I'm not going to name them by name because I think that everybody that shows up is, important. But each year we try to have some panelists who can kind of, it's all about healing and it's about building community. So there are a number of people. We may have like an attorney, we may have a therapist there to speak. Last year, we had a woman who created an organization called Ballet After Dark. So she uses dance as a form of like activism and therapy for women who may have experienced violence. But we had her come down. There's just random, anybody would show up to the brunch, to be honest.
So that sounds great. And how can they, like, of course COVID happened this year, so I know, did you get a chance to even attempt to get to it this year?
We did not. Normally we do the brunch the last Saturday of Black History Month, and that's kind of like hitting Black History Month but segueing into Women's History Month. So we didn't do it this past month because of COVID, but now that things are starting to loosen up a little bit, we may, I don't want anybody to get their hopes up, but we may be able to do something toward the end of the year, but if not, it'll be back regularly, hopefully, in 2022 Black History Month.
Okay, and so with that going on, then you're a co-founder of the Eastern Shore Juneteenth. And me being a Black man, like, I know a little bit about Juneteenth, but like I don't really know a lot. I just know we ain't supposed to be really participating in 4th of July like that when we got our own little holiday and our little shindig. So could you break that down, even like the organization with that, and just what is Juneteenth?
Okay, so as some people may or may not know, the reason why a lot of Black people say they do not celebrate 4th of July is because with 4th of July, even though this country is celebrating independence, a lot of our people were not free yet. So there were still obviously a lot of enslaved people. So for us, it's like, what is there to celebrate, right? It wasn't free for us. Fast forward to the Emancipation Proclamation. It took a while for some enslaved people to find out that they were free. So even though there was this, written document that's saying you're free now, a lot of places the people either didn't know or the government was not following the law. So Juneteenth came about because some enslaved people in Texas found out that they were free, and it had already been, a while after. So when they found out that they were free, it was June 19th, 1865. And from then, it has become Juneteenth, right? And that's our day to celebrate freedom. That's our day to, reflect on those people and the people after them and just getting to where we are now and to really indulge in things that are unique to our culture. So whether it's the types of food we eat, it could be activities that we do, our style, all things culture. So when I moved back here from Towson, the same time that I'm thinking of Ocean's Garden, I thought about Juneteenth, and I'm like, again, I'm not really seeing those sorts of celebrations on the lower Eastern Shore. They were doing a celebration in Easton, and they still do, which is like the pioneer of Juneteenth on the shore. But I wasn't really seeing it here. So we created Juneteenth. The first festival that we did was in 2018. And then we kind of grew in 2019. And then, with COVID last year, I think they just did a caravan. And then this year, it'll be a caravan again and a community cookout.
Right. So, excuse me. So, like, and that's crazy because, like, as far as the slaves not knowing that they were free, like, I really feel like a lot of that shit went on the Eastern Shore. You know what I'm saying? Like heavy, cause like I feel like people still had that mentality, and like you know what I'm saying. For you to put all these things together, it's like you going outside about just like you know what I'm saying. How me, like my homeboy thinking about doing the clothing line, which I see a lot of people venturing into. You know what I'm saying, or doing podcasts, or just trying to do something outside the box and getting that. I mean, everybody got to work that regular 9 to 5, but when you can do that community work, when you can do something that's gonna move people, change people, or if you're not changing them, just even make them think about something different. I feel like that's a big step, and like, you like you don't know how big that is for real for the little girl that's watching you. Dig what I'm saying? Like even me with the introduction, I'm telling you that you know what I'm saying. I'm saying what I'm saying. You talking about I'm putting you on the spot. Like yeah, you know what I'm saying. You're gonna be on the spot a lot. You feel what I'm saying? Because what you doing something that's trying to push our culture and down here in Worcester County. You know what I'm saying? Like no, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Like we weren't even really allowed to go to Ocean City like that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hearing that for real.
So I just found that out probably. My grandma told me that maybe around like 2012, I think it was, when I learned about that too, that they could only go to Ocean City like certain times of the year. They couldn't go like during the on season. But yes, remnants of that mentality are still here. It's still a lot of places where, Black people, they call them sundown towns, or as you see in Ocean City, how law enforcement responds to Black people. All of that stuff is still here. But it was something that you said that you were talking about pushing the culture forward. I think you're talking about the brands and stuff like that. And that right there is why I always make it a point to decipher between activist and organizer. So an activist can be as loud as they want, right? Those are the people that when police brutality happens, they all online, right? And they loud, they raising awareness, and it is important work. But organizing goes a step further. It's really putting all of that into action. And it's organizing the types of community-based things that we need to push the culture forward. And I think that's important, especially on the shore when we are already limited, right? We know that we don't have as many resources and services as other regions of Maryland. So it's like if we don't try to pull together and either create things on our own and then combine you may be working on the clothing, I might be working on this, right? And bringing all of that together and creating something bigger. That's what it is for me. And that's why I say it's organizing for me. It's more than being an activist. So I don't really take that label. To be honest, I don't identify as an activist.
And speaking of that, like everything that you do, you come from a little town. And you know what I'm saying? You talking about you was in Towson, you know what I'm saying? And like a lot of things with my guests I'm gonna have coming up, you know what I'm saying? I got something in common with them or a story or something like that, you feel what I'm saying? So with you, I can say that, I probably been around you most of your life and my life, you know what I'm saying? Like probably middle school, teenagers, young adult years. Like I'm right in your crib with your brother. We trying to make mixtapes and everything going on. You dig what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? It's funny that like it's a small world, but it's even funny that like, you know what I'm saying, you've been around people and then when you get older, you seeing the things they doing, you know what I mean? You never expect that. Like, You know what I'm saying? I know a couple people in Snow Hill, like a small town like Snow Hill, like even though I'm from the bar, I got Snow Hill ties, like that's Snow Hill mob ties, like that's half my family in Snow Hill. So I know about Snow Hill with the athletics and the legends they got down there. And you made your own mark and being your own legend, you walking in that light to be your own legend. You get what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
that's yo, that's big, yo. So don't ever downplay. I know you're a humble person, but don't ever be, you know what I'm saying, be knowledgeable about what you got going on, man, and keep your chest sticked out and, you know what I mean, your head up, because yo, you rocking the queen's crown for our people. You doing the thing, you know what I'm saying, not even just for our people, for women, period. And like that's a question I want to get to you before I get to anything else, because between it, like I said, yo, like I remember when you used to have them rants on Facebook, you feel what I'm saying, when you be going in on folk,
I,
like, or going in on situations, and like how my brain is, you feel me? Like I'm an open-minded person, but I also like to ask hella questions because I want to know. You dig what I'm saying? I want to like, if I don't want to be ignorant to no situation. You dig what I'm saying? So like one question I always want to ask you, before we get into anything else, is it possible that you could be, is it a pro-black and be a feminist at the same time? Is that what it's called? Feminist, right? Can you be pro-black and feminist at the same time?
So I'm gonna tell you this. I identify as a Black feminist, and people ask me this question all the time, especially like woke men ask me this all the time because they feel that feminism left Black women behind, right? Yeah, I gotta put.
Right. Niggas need some more coffee. You ain't woke.
But people used to ask me that all the time, like, oh, how can Black women be feminists if white women left them behind? And this is what I always tell people. When I think of feminism as action, right? And that's the belief that women should have they should have a choice. They should have social, political, economic equality, all those things, right? So if
Right.
you think of feminism as that, then I think that feminism is something that predates feminism in America. So when people think of feminism, they think like, oh, white women had marches and Black women had to be in the back. But no, feminism was also like indigenous women kind of pushing back and being resistant to colonizers. It's Black women I don't care if it's back on the motherland or here, but feminism is so much more than just a white woman's movement. So I always say Black feminists, just to remind folks that Black women were already practicing feminism before it became whatever people have, whatever idea they have now. I always say that white people came up with the word feminist, but feminism as an action is Black at its core. So that's just me, That's just me. I think that I absolutely could be pro-Black and feminist. I mean, I think I'm relatively pro-Black, I guess, but I'm definitely feminist.
So it's crazy, right? I was watching, you know how you be on Facebook and you be sliding through watching like videos or whatever. So
Mm-hmm,
this comedian popped up. She's African American. I don't even really remember her name. I just remember her joke, right?
mm-hmm,
So like she was talking about being pro-black and being a feminist. She
mm-hmm.
said like she was arguing with somebody, and she, you know what I mean? Like she said, a white woman came up to her and like was talking about the feminism thing, like, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, hold on, like I'm black too though. You dig what I'm saying? So she was like, to nip everything in the bud. She said she gonna be a Black woman from Monday to Wednesday, and then she gonna be a feminist from Thursday to Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Just to split it in half. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Right. And that's what's odd to me. I hate that it's only Black women, or we could even say Black LGBT people, right?
mm-hmm.
Both communities are expected to choose one identity. It's like either you gonna rep Black people or you gonna rep women. You gonna rep LGBTQ issues or you gonna rep being Black. And it's like when you're thinking about their experiences, they don't get to pick which one. I wake up and I'm both Black and a woman. The world is going
Right.
to interact with me. My experiences are going to be based off of both of those things together. When you wake up, you're going to be treated as a man and as a Black man. You don't get to separate them, right?
Facts,
Your
facts.
experience as a Black man is just that. Like it's not. Yes, you're still Black, but your experience as a Black man is going to be different than mine as a Black woman. So, I mean, I get. I haven't seen the comedy special that you're talking about, but I've heard people say similar things all the time, like,
Right.
oh, you should be Black first, or you should be you shouldn't have to choose. Point blank, period. You're a human being deserving of respect. These are your identities, and both of these identities come with discrimination and disenfranchisement, right? So that's the core of why I say I think you can be. I know you can be Black and a feminist at the same time. I don't think you really have. I don't. That's not really something that I think about, to be honest, about
Right.
having to separate them.
Right. Like I just like the only reason I had that question because like I want to say uh Sandra Bland, right? I want to say around that time when
Yeah.
that situation happened. That's probably around the time where you was like, you know what I'm saying? You was talking about different things on Facebook. And like I said, like yo, I don't really like if I don't know what's going on, I ain't gonna speak on nothing because I don't know and I don't wanna be ignorant to no situation, you know what I'm saying? But I sit back and I look like, you know what I'm saying, like with black women, like you know how niggas be like, man, it's hard being a black man in America. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
in the same way, like that's why I feel like black men and black women should be on the same page because it's hard for both of us. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, and I can only speak for my culture because like I see it, I'm around it, I know it. Like you know what I'm saying? It's hard on both sides. So for people to try to have that pity party, like it's harder for us than it's harder for you. I don't feel like that. Like I feel like it's kind of like it's equal. Like back in the day, like they killing the super niggas, you know what I'm saying? Big strong men, they gonna kill them, you feel me? And they gonna rape the women. So which one is a better situation? Like both of them, your life getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. I told people I was gonna be clean.
No, and I'm glad. No, no,
You
no,
know what
no.
I'm saying? But like
Because I like that. I was just telling somebody that too. I like for things to be raw. I don't want nobody to feel like, oh, I gotta. No, be yourself. Go ahead, keep going. Listening.
but yeah, like you know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like niggas need like my man, one of my niggas, man, he was like, bro, you be too hard on niggas on your podcast, bro. I'm like, but yo, I'm a nigga, so I should be speaking for us or what we should be trying to do or how we should be thinking. Like, 'cause this is how I think, my nigga. Like, I might not be where I want to be at right now in anything, but this is how I think. This is what I'm trying to get to. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, I can't help it that I'm hard on us. Like, what you want to be soft on us? Like, you know what I'm saying? Then I ain't gonna be offering game. Then call my shit something else. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I got to, but at the same time, I'm gonna build us up. I'm gonna, you know what I mean, do that. But we gotta look out for our women too. Like I said, I got daughters. I'm a girl dad. I got two little girls. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? That's here. You know what I mean? I got a son that's here. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like I gotta make sure while they out here moving around, they got to see what's going on, and I can't sugarcoat it. So I can't be pro for my niggas. You know what I'm saying? I got to see down the middle. I got to be down the middle. It don't make no sense to be one way. You know what I'm saying? So like another reason why I had you on here is because like let me see. I'm looking what upcoming projects and events you got coming up.
Coming up, what do I have going on? I think right now the closest thing is gonna be Juneteenth. But then, as I said, I'm also on the board of Salisbury PFLAG. For those who are listening and don't know what Salisbury PFLAG is, PFLAG is pretty much the only organization that centers LGBTQ people on the shore or in the lower shore. So for these counties at the moment. But even though it's Salisbury PFLAG, if somebody was to reach out in a neighboring county, obviously we try to connect them to services and resources. But for them and with the city of Salisbury, there are a number of Pride events happening because June is also Pride Month. But so that's happening, Juneteenth. Those are the main things, honestly.
Okay,
Right
okay. And I don't know, when you just said that, I got another question, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know why it's like I'm coming, you know what I mean, with the questions, like they just popping in my head right now.
now.
So with like I don't play when it come to that. When it come to talking about that, like the you know what I mean, the P flag, the pride, I try to stay away from it because I don't want to never, you know what I mean, make it seem like I'm trying to bully the situation. You dig what I'm saying? But I feel like why is it that in media, and this is just your opinion, why is it in media feel like when somebody how can I word it? When somebody say like they're not into that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Why did they get like beat down for saying that though? Like Man, I ain't into that. Like, is it because how they saying it, or is it like because
It's a
you
way that
like?
you say it. It's a way that you say it, though, right? Like, for example, if I can't really, I'm trying to think of an example. It's just like any other preference. If somebody comes to me and I'm not interested, I don't gotta be like disrespectful or dehumanizing when I
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
you. I can kind of just be like, no, I'm cool, I'm not interested. Now, if you keep pressing the issue, then yeah, you might gotta turn up on somebody. But a lot of times in the media, or at least with celebrities that get dragged, it's the way they say it. Like, those are still people, regardless. And okay, you may not identify the same way they do, but they do, and they are still human. And you don't get to just talk all crazy out of your mouth because you don't live your life that way, right? It's like any
Right.
other. It's like any other choice that a person makes. You can not have that preference, but say that. Yeah, somebody said to each their own. Exactly, like it ain't my business.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, it's just not my. I don't care. Like I don't care. It's just like with any straight couple. You're not worried about what
Right.
if I saw you and your partner out. My mind is not thinking like, oh, you what they doing. Like, you shouldn't be worried about somebody else's bedroom. My thing is, even straight people can do some questionable things, bro. Like, men who
Very
identify
spicy.
as straight. Men
Be
who
very
identify
spicy.
as straight can still like certain things that you might turn your nose up to, but that's not your business. And that's my whole thing. Like, why are we concerned about what
And, that,
people and what they do? I
and
don't
that's
care.
why I put this pink shirt on. You dig? Cause like, hey, my nigga, I'm comfortable in my skin, my boy. You feel me? Like, hey, I'm
You
a
know what's
dark skinned
crazy?
brother. You know what I mean? We can wear that. But
It's crazy
like,
because when you were talking about black women and black men kind of being at each other's necks, it's really a lot of resentment that's generational that we didn't correct, we didn't fix, we didn't get down to the root of it, and so now each
right.
generation is just adding on, and there's no like middle ground at this point.
Cause like, could
But
you imagine what they would be arguing about? Like, you let them niggas kill me, you let them niggas rape me, like, or you let them take my daughter, like, yo, real live, like, and we fussing about child support and I don't know, you put me on child support and you, yeah, bot, like, yo, this shit that we be talking about now be bullshit for real on the low, like, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying, like.
but
I be real live on some shit like mentally, like I be looking at shit like, you know what I'm saying? The government, regardless if you was a Democrat, you voted for Trump, you voted for Biden, fuck both of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? We last thing Killer Mike say, yo, we arguing over different masses. Now, when you do vote, you should be looking at these laws. Like, don't just when you go on to vote, you're not just voting to vote for the president. Look at these laws that's gonna affect you and your children. Like, that's what really voting is about to me. Because I really care less who our president is, because shit gonna happen the way it's gonna happen regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna flow the way it's gonna happen regardless. But like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know how I got there, but anyway, like, you know what I'm saying? We just gotta be more aware of shit. You dig what I'm saying? Like, hey, that's one thing I do. I go everywhere, man.
no, and it's cool, but it's gonna be hard, honestly, if you don't have. And I always try to tell my mom's generation this. I'm like, y'all dropped the ball, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, we having to pick up, and we going back to the grandparents and stuff, and we asking them questions, because I feel like that generation from like the late 50s on up to our generation, there was activism there, but I don't think it was like deep like how it was before then and how we're trying to be now. So it's when you don't have the information being passed, or you don't have the elders really having conversations like they used to, which we're
Right,
people. It's all in communities of color. It's always been about the elders. We hold our elders in high regard, and usually they are the people that pass the information on, right, and keep the next generation, keep all of that alive. So when you have generations that don't really speak on the things, then you got another generation that's kind of just like, I know, and we make a big deal about these young kids, but it's like, well, who's really, teaching them anything different? They really can
facts.
go on what they see, but I blame the community, because that's our responsibility. Those are
Everybody.
like, you can't just keep. And I think that's my biggest thing. Like, I don't like to focus too much on like what the government does and does not do, or what white people do and do not do. We're responsible for ourselves, period. If we not
Facts.
making work for ourselves, then I mean, that's why I told you I don't really be getting into rants anymore, because I don't really care that somebody says something racist, or I mean, it's
And another
unfortunate.
thing, like, sorry to cut you off, like, people not gonna think how you think. Everybody not gonna have that brain you got. Like I remember my homeboy, my right hand man, birthday right after mine, called him Big Bro PC. Like this
Mm,
nigga one time, I'm ranting to him about how niggas be like, man, this nigga be bap bap bap, and I didn't bap bap bap. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can't get mad because somebody not like you. You feel me? Or
mm,
don't think about you the same way you think about them. And I had to think about that. Like, yeah, you right, yo. So I can't get mad when you do some fuck nigga shit. Cause like on the real, I felt like I did something stand up. So why you ain't standing up? You dig what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's why I like it all comes to like keeping your circle tight. But at the end of the day, like I know it's like we gotta keep the black community together. But man, we gonna call spades a spades, man. If you on some old nutty shit, man, you on some nutty shit. But man, we try to keep it together. And I feel like that's where the bump be, like the speed bump, as you want to call it. Like we be trying to be like together. Black people be together. Black people be together. But so much going on where we at in our community. People ain't got no bread out here. You see the next man shining. You feel me? You gonna go get that. Like it just
But
our environment we in.
but that's what I'm saying. People, that's the reason. That's a lot. And I think somebody said that earlier about like gentrification and like social programs. That's the failures from past generations that is still in these, rural areas or the cities, like more urban areas where black people don't have access to quality things. You don't have good employment. It's kind of like, duh, that's what's going to happen. But that's what I'm saying. Like, as a community, if we not rallying for those things, that's what we want. Like, we know people need jobs and all of that. Where we think it's going to come from? Like, we think it's just going to come out of, and granted, we don't have the capital to create jobs for all of these people, but I get what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying, that if people don't got money, then that's what's going to happen. That's inevitable. But I think George said, to each his own. I agree, but don't try to push it on my children as if it's normal. And I'm glad George said this, because that's another point that people love to make. Like, oh, they're shoving it down my children's throat. Then when you ask them, like, and George, you can answer this because I don't know, you might be thinking of something else. When you ask them, like, what does pushing it down their throats look like? A lot of times they'll say, like, oh, well, cartoons got kids kiss or got gay characters kissing now or whatever. I don't know, but it's like we've been watching straight couples kiss in cartoons all the time. If you're
Hold
gonna
on,
make
let me hold on.
hold on for a long time, hold on for a long time. So if we're gonna say that we're pushing it down children's throat, then don't show anything sexual or romantic at all.
Hey, so check right. Bugs Bunny used to do some spicy shit, bro. Call it how you want to call it. Bugs Bunny used to wear a dress, switch around, all that. Like they ain't make me want. You know what I'm saying? You who you is. You who you is. You feel me? But my man used to switch in the dress, playing maracas. I remember that episode. Or I mean, it's a lot of things you've seen people do. Like we don't watch. Like, hey, coming up, everybody love Martin. That nigga used to be Shanae. You feel what I'm saying? Or Jamie Foxx with Wanda. Or like, bro, like, and I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying as an open mind person, like,
Yeah.
that don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, I ain't gonna hold you. If I'm myself watching something, like, I used to watch Flash a lot and, like, yo, did some crazy stuff, you feel me? I started watching it. But I also used to watch Black Lightning and they did something crazy. I ain't gonna watch it. Like, just because I ain't gonna watch it, like, that don't mean it's not a good show. Flash is a great show. Black Lightning is a great show. I just, like, I ain't really want to look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just me. You feel me? But I got family members. I got like people that I associate with. I know that's what you know what I mean, and they cool. Like it's a way of handling things. Me being me, saying that it's a way of handling things, and I feel like niggas gonna understand what I'm saying when I say that. Like, again, me being me, like, bro, it's a way of handling everything, my nigga. Like, it's a young boy that playing in my basic, like, yo, cussing every day, you know what I mean? I put him to the side, I'm like, bro, I know y'all older, y'all gonna cuss, y'all gonna say things, but you got little kids out here, man. Be more of a role model to them, because they gonna do what you do. They ain't gonna, I can tell them everything, but they gonna do what you do, my boy. Like,
Yeah.
get right and push these, and jump these push-ups, you know what I mean? Get these push-ups in for me, you feel me? Like, you just gotta talk to your kids. If you feel like you want to teach them to go in this direction and not this direction, and you don't want, don't get them, don't let them watch certain shit. Like I hate my kids watching TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. I just don't like my kids watching. It's too much on TikTok. if I can, I will delete it every time I get their tablet or phone. They gonna download it again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna delete it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just me, and a lot of us be caught up in that old school way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? The life changing, things different. Like, I just feel like the world just soft. Everybody do what you do. Like, they been doing what they doing. You feel me? But I just feel
Right.
like the world just soft, regardless of you complain about something or don't like something or these people that did this and people that did that. I think just the world just too soft altogether. You dig what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, like my man said, Tony Bowen, and you know what I'm saying, he got that last name Bowen. I feel like he probably my people. You know what I'm saying? Like
I was thinking that
to
Owen.
each his own. You feel me? To each its own, right? Like do your thing. I'm gonna do my thing. My kids gonna see what I do, and they gonna go off of that. Like ain't no TV, like ain't no rap music, none of that going. You know what I'm saying? Your parents, you gonna get it from your people. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, no matter what you see on TV, you gonna get it from your people. You know what I'm saying? So uh, a question I ask all the people that I interview is what's a piece of game somebody gave you that you took that with you in life and you put it to your life? We feel for sure. Hell yeah, already.
It's a number of things, but my mind always goes back to, so on the shore, at least in Worcester County, where most kids need a job, they go to Ocean City, right? We all start off in Ocean City. So I think between my senior year and Towson, I started working at the Hilton, at Starbucks in the Hilton. And I had a coworker there, Cameroonian. He was from Cameroon. Cameroonian? I don't know. Is that Cameroonian? Whatever. Cameroon. But very into our history, right? Like put me onto so many different books and places I should start. So as I started becoming more conscious and started learning the world for myself, my reality started to change, right? I started looking at things differently. And I remember one day, I would never forget it. And he told me, he was like, when you start to become conscious, it's going to start to get lonely, right? And I think he said something about it being a ripple or like a wave. Like it's friction, really. You're going against the norm. You're going against what people are comfortable with. So as you start to learn new things and you start to speak on those things, and it's going to force people to think about their reality too, it can start to make you feel isolated. Like you can't connect. Like mentally, if you feel like you're not going to be able to connect with the people that you once could. And that is the truth. Literally from every step, the more that I learn, it becomes like that. Like I'm always going to connect with people and show love. Y'all know that. That's my energy. But at the same time, mentally, it got to a point where I was just like, dang, like I can't have the same conversations with folks anymore. You know what I mean? And I think that was something that I just learned early. So now I don't even take it personal. I mean, it is what it is. If we agree, we disagree, it is what it is. But as you said, I don't be ranting like that no more on Facebook. If you on my Facebook, like an animal post or share something happening in the community, but I don't be sitting up arguing with folks. I don't have time anymore. It's not productive. Like, what we getting out of this?
Man, like, people crazy, man. Like, that's all I can say. At the end of the day, people crazy. They gonna do what they do. They gonna think how they think. But I want you to keep doing what you do and keep it. You know what I mean? But I want to know what your mom told you. I felt like you went away from my question. I want to know what your mama told. I know your mama gave you a game, yo. You know your mama legend in the hill. You know what I'm saying? I know she done gave you some games.
I can't. That's what I'm saying. So many people do. I can't think of something. Career.
All right. Give me. All right. Well, I'll give you another question. Give me the top 3 people that like got you where you at right now. The top 3.
My mom.
Mm-hmm.
I have a mentor named Sharmetta who probably has given me like millions of games at this point.
Right.
I really can't remember. So my mom, I would say my mom, my grandma, and then Sharmetta, my mentor.
And that's some great mentors. Like
I tell you all the time, if you don't do anything else in college or your adult years, if you don't go to college, find a mentor, whatever your industry is or your field is. Find somebody that has been there and that has done it, because they can kind of lead you in the right direction and they can let you know what worked for them and what didn't. Then they can help you network. They can connect you with the people that, may be able to help you get to the next level. So I'm all about having a mentor. Find a mentor if you can.
All right. So You said with the upcoming events, you said that is it? Hold on, let me. I got a little. I'm in my notes.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want? Like, I want. Hold on. Let's go. Let's retract. Let's go to the program you got at UME. Yes. Like,
Uh-huh.
can you talk about that? You know what I'm saying. And by the way, before you say that, congratulations to everybody that graduated, whether it's college, high school. You did your thing. You got your masters, bachelors, whatever you got. You know what I'm saying. Kudos to you. You know what I mean? Round of applause, standing ovation, man. I hope you get to where you got to go in your dreams and you fulfill that. But yeah, let's talk about your the program at UMES.
All right. So at UMES, I am the Office on Violence Against Women campus program coordinator. So really what I was hired to do is to really create a coordinated community response team. So that's a team built of on-campus departments, it's community partners, it's students, all of us really coming together to improve the campus's prevention and response. So we just launched the actual program. It's called the BRAVE Project, which is an acronym for Building Resistance Against Violence Engagement. But it's really a way for us to start thinking about, how sexual assault, dating, and domestic violence, stalking, what that looks like on any college campus, but specifically an HBCU campus. And then the ways that we can get the students involved in that work, because we know a lot of it's taking me back to my own undergraduate years, but it was like, if a webinar or something was happening, I wasn't really tuned in. Like if it wasn't something engaging, I probably wasn't going to tune in. So it's really the younger people to be interested in this work and to be involved in prevention, because it's everybody's responsibility, right? We all know, and that's what I'm saying. It got me thinking about the larger community in Ocean's Garden. We all know a woman that's experienced something. We all do. And it's not just women, obviously, who experience gender-based violence. It's any gender, but there's so many women in our community who have experienced it. And we've been taught that you don't go to the police, right? If it happens in your family, it stays in your family. But those are things that we learn early. And so as we get older and we see now adult women who have experienced things, a lot of them don't report. So
I feel like with that whole thing about, like, again, I got daughters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to that, like abuse, like late, like what they tell you when they taught you when you was a kid, don't hit girls back. You feel me? Like, and that's right. You feel me? Females, but at the same time, a female should respect herself enough to not hit hit the male. You dig what I'm saying? So, but it comes down to keep your hands to yourself. When you was a kid, regardless if you're a boy or girl, that's what your parents gonna say. Keep your hands to yourself. You know what I'm saying? But by all means, I'm gonna look in the camera. By all means, yo, if you hitting a female, dog, use a whole sucker. Like use a whole sucker. Your daddy a sucker, cause he probably did the same thing, dog. Like real live. Like I feel like that's the most suckerish thing to do. Like to hit a female, bro. And like a lot of niggas that hit. And I ain't gonna hold you. Some niggas that's gonna hit a female gonna hit a nigga too. But 9 times 10, nigga beat up on a female, get hyped with a female. Yeah, a nigga come around, he gonna bitch up, dog. Like you not gonna be on that same energy you was with shorty, like, and I don't care. Like I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna say that. But as far as the black community, bro, like men, bro, we should not be putting our hands on females, dog. These are the women that I'm a mama's boy. You feel me? Like I love my mama to death. I kill a nigga he touch my mom. I kill a nigga he touch my daughters, like point blank. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't no hesitation in that thought. You dig what I'm saying? But like you really that's some sucker shit, bro. I don't know other way to explain that other than that's some sucker ass shit, my boy. Like that is sucker. That is so much of a sucker. I got sisters, so I ain't sure you can swing on me all you want. I'm calling my sister, bro. I'm calling my auntie, my sister. I'm calling them. I ain't gonna hit no female. I'm gonna call them. You dig what I'm saying? Like
I be trying so a lot of like violence work now talks about restorative justice or transformative justice. So all right, if we think about, incarceration and thinking, all right, if somebody do something, they get punished, they go to jail. That's punitive justice. Restorative justice is really trying to say now, okay, how can we bring both parties together and rectify the issue? Like they caused harm, but how can we move forward? And then transformative justice is violence happened or harm happened, but how can we kind of, move forward and move into healing with just the community. So not involving the police or courts and stuff. So in my mind, like, I be trying to keep that in my mind now, because all the time that's my reaction too. Like, if you hit a woman, it's hard for me. Like, as I said, I'm still learning transformative justice. Don't think that I'm like forgiving.
Right.
But in my mind too, like from a more mature and I guess thinking standpoint, I always try to think like, if somebody did that, how do we move into rehabilitation, right? What does that look like? Like, okay, they may have like harmed a woman at one time, but then how can we move forward? Or do they not? Like, do you not forgive them? I think it's really an individual situation where the woman can decide like, oh, I want to move forward to forgiveness. But it's a lot of people that have either put their hands on women or sexually assaulted a woman. It happens all the time. And so when I was listening to you earlier saying, about Black women and Black men being so like bickering and all of that, it's like, I get it. both have different experiences, but when we think about the actual violence and when we think about domestic violence and sexual assault, it's 100% affecting Black women more. And that's something that we definitely got to start talking about, because at this point, as I said, a lot of us know so many women who have been victims or survivors, even if they have never said anything. It's just, we know somebody. We know our homeboy that, well, I ain't gonna say my homeboy because my homeboys don't be hitting women.
Yeah,
but
none of my niggas do that.
we know, so I'm not gonna say my homeboy. We're gonna back up on that. But we all know some dude that has done that, right?
Facts.
It's just like we probably know several. I don't know. I don't know. But that's
I ain't got no pity for no nigga like that. I know. I feel like what you said about the mature and mainly because you in that program. But as far as a nigga thinking about that, like, I ain't got no type. Like, nah, dog. Like, you's a whole.
I know it's hard. It's definitely,
bro. Like, come on, cuz. Like, come on, bro. Like, I ain't gonna say I ain't never like get up off me type. Like, move. Like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you feel me? Like, and that come from being young. I know young niggas do young stuff. But as far as like you beating on the joint, like hitting on her like she like hitting on her period, like that's just corny, bro. Like the sexual part, like, bro, if you gotta force yourself on a female, use a whole lame, bro. Like, use a lame, dog. Use a lame, dog. Use a lame, bro. If you gotta get her drunk and get her high and off drugs to smash, use a lame, bro. Like, I ain't, and like niggas probably like NBU wild and like, nah, I ain't talking on some consensual, like that's what she do, like that she smoke, she drink, and she already know that that's what she wanted to do. Like, when it's that type of party, but when you got somebody that don't drink like that, don't smoke like that, you just feeding, trying to take advantage. You on some lame ass shit, on some Bill Cosby shit, my boy. Like, you corny for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't even know if Bill did that, but if he did, that was corny. Like,
he did it.
Niggas like, yeah, I mean, like, you got to be like, come on, bro.
But Tony said, what are your thoughts on the young lady who was shot by the police in Ohio? I'm gonna let you take that one because I don't really pay attention to the news anymore, and that may be like, we might watch that like or hear me say that and think like, what are you talking about? So I heard about the situation, but I haven't like given a lot of thought to it. In my mind, again, I think that police are just trigger happy, and I think that there has to be some way to de-escalate a situation. Now I know people are saying like, oh, she could have possibly killed the girl. You tell me what you think. What you think?
Well, I don't like cops in no form or fashion at all. You know what I'm saying? Especially Ocean City cops. Let me get that out there.
Me neither.
I do know people like, and it's crazy that I say that because I got people that I look up to, or like even got a certain kind of relationship with that's their job. Like Bishop from Berlin, he was a sheriff for many years. He retired now. That nigga used to bump our CDs. Makya Purnell was he one of the basketball players who played the kid. I used to look up to him. I still like that's still my man. He a cop in PG County though, so it's like kind of like, yeah, you a cop machine down here copping. You know what I'm saying? Like that end of the day, he's still the same nigga. Point blank, he the same nigga that you knew when he was back in high school. But they the different type of cop, like cops that I see out here on these videos, killing people, doing this and that. They trigger happy because they were probably bullied when they was kids. They probably was soft when they was kids. They don't have no type of morals, no type of real compassion for human beings. Cause you doing this nut ass shit, like that's some nut ass shit now. And with the situation with the girl, as a cop pulling up to that situation, I feel like they always are trained to. They're supposed to be trained to what dismantle the situation. I guess I should say, or try to handle the situation without death being an option first. You get what I'm saying? Ain't like she had a knife charging at him. You get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, he was wrong. He should have tased her. Or he a big ass nigga. He could have got to her in time. Yo really got out the car and watched him for real, for real. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though, like, and then people like, well, I wouldn't have rushed the situation. They little girls. I don't care. I'm a big ass. I'm 6 foot, whatever, 200 plus. I'm not tripping. I get snuck by a girl. She ain't gonna let me out. Hopefully, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying. But I'm gonna run over there. You got bullet. You know what I mean? Vest on. You get stabbed in your vest. It's not gonna. I know for a fact different ways you can handle that. I done seen cops. I done seen the joke is like a white person can get out the car and meet the cop at the back of the car. Like, what the hell you pull me over for? You know what
Man,
I'm saying? Like, and I done seen shit like that happen. I done been in the car with my white homeboy. He spazzing on the cop like, fuck you pull me over for? Like, and he let it slide. Like,
man,
cops are trigger happy, man.
my boyfriend was just showing me this video. God, I'm gonna have to find. I'm gonna share it to my Facebook. I'll send you the link. It's some video where they pulled over a white guy. I think they're on the highway, and he has like the gun in his seat. I don't know if he had the gun in his hand or on the seat, but I mean, I just couldn't believe it. Like he laid the cop out. He basically, I think he said, "If you something, I'm going to shoot you." Like clearly told him that straight
Fact.
told him. And then he ended up pulling off. He pulled off, and I was like, you know, we've definitely seen those videos before of how it's privilege and white people are able to get away with a lot more than we are, obviously. But I was just like, it's so blatant at this point. They don't even try to hide the racism at this point.
Fact.
And
And then I see George, my fault. I see George, he said from what I seen, he had no choice. I mean, I ain't really look at the video numerous of times, bro. 'Cause after that George Floyd shit, I'm done watching any type of anything. when y'all ready to suit up and boot up and we going, you know what I mean? Then you call me then. You dig what I'm saying? But other than that, like I ain't really trying to keep watching our people dying from the hands of these police and nothing happen or like even if they do get justice and they get locked up, dog, he dead, bro. He ain't even got a chance to change his life or tell his story or any of that shit. He gone. So it's
yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like that shit be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like he might not have had a choice, but he could have tased a little ass. Like, I don't know. Like she gone, bro. Like I don't know. I just don't. Ever since my man died, Byron Tunnel pulled over by the Ocean City Police. You know what I'm saying? And my man got. I felt in my heart he got killed by the police. You dig what I'm saying? But the evidence wasn't lined up. Like I don't like the whole story just is a blur and it don't make sense. But I ain't see all y'all black folk rallying up for my man. This happened in our backyard, regardless if we knew the situation or not. He shouldn't have died. You know what I'm saying? So when they asked me, am I going to this event because that happened? Hell no, cause you ain't do that
you know
shit for
what I
my
mean?
man. Fuck that.
That's
You
what,
know what
but
I'm saying?
that's the
And
community
and
organizing that I'm talking about. You can't be concerned. You can't be loud about something that happened states away, but then they'll say little things like, "Oh, well, prepare for when this happens on the shore." It has happened on the shore multiple times at this point, and y'all are nowhere to be found. And the same thing for that guy, anti-black, I think in Denton or somewhere, going north, and I think BET covered it, and for a little while, people here were talking about it, but it's like, bruh, y'all now out. Well, let me be clear: the people who live there are still involved and working on that. I mean, these ones in the Salisbury area who were very concerned. It's like y'all always talking about something, but then when it happens right here, we don't. That's my issue, and that's another reason why I don't rant, because it's like y'all doing that because it's not here, but when it's here, what we doing?
I want to say another man died in Salisbury at the if I'm not mistaken, a man in Salisbury went to the Maryland State Police Barrack because
Yeah,
he had a light out. He went to get it checked. I know his last name was Fisher. I want to say yo got shot just because the cops smelled weed in the car. Tried to say something. He tried to pull off. They gonna shoot at the car, whatnot. And then third, because he got killed there, and I didn't see all this shit that's going on because Steven Jackson didn't come or Kevin Hart didn't come or Meek Mill not talking about it or Jay-Z ain't say shit about it. Like at the end of the day, man, I enjoy their music, but fuck them. Like they ain't doing nothing for my community. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see Meek and them boys down here with the basic t-shirts out there hooping with us. I don't see none of that. So yeah, they give us motivational music, this, that, and the third. They doing things out there. We need to do things here, and
Yep.
like we can't. Nothing gonna change unless we do shit here. And
Yep.
another thing I'm gonna say, just because like I'm really on the peaceful basic, I'm on OG podcast offering game. I'm really trying to be positive, but don't get it twisted. I ain't telling y'all niggas be a whole like turn the other cheek type shit. Like certain situations you should, but no disrespect should be tolerated at all. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, regardless if you trying to be peaceful or not, you a man first. You a woman first. You know what I mean? Black man first, black woman first, regardless what you is. Latino, you feel me? Cause I shout out to my Latino people all the time. Cause I feel like y'all the same as us. We eat rice. We gonna party. All we need is a
So I heard
backyard. You feel what I'm saying? All we need is a
you
backyard.
say that on the
Yeah, cause I feel that. I
we were
really
talking
feel
about the
like that.
rice.
Like,
So what?
man, what? We all eat rice. I know I eat rice,
Are
rice
you
on
saying
almost
white people
every.
don't eat rice? They
I'm
like
not
rice.
saying they
People love
don't. I'm not saying they don't. I mean they like you ain't
they
gonna
like
turn
rice.
you ain't gonna do that. Hey, you ain't gonna do that to me. Hey, I ain't saying they don't. All I'm saying is if you eating goddamn rice on almost every goddamn meal, you already know it is. Like, hey, like we get a party going, all we need is a backyard and a something. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And a something. That's all you need. Speaking backyard and a something. But yeah, regardless, like, man, just don't take what I'm saying and what I'm preaching on here, because you might see me next week. Nigga probably came at me crazy. I might go ahead, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying be a chump, excuse me. I ain't saying be a chump or look the other way. Some situations I am going to look the other way. But like I said, at the end of the day, no disrespect will be tolerated at all. Zero policy on that. So I appreciate this interview, this conversation. I feel like it's still questions I got in my head,
Well,
but
you
you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it for the because my season 3, when I do season 3, I'm definitely trying to get this program down pat where I can really do sit downs at the round table. You know, I'm definitely gonna have an invitation for you at the round table. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get that popping. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you for coming. Is there anything you want, you know what I mean? Shout out to the people, shout out anybody out, say anything to the young people that's gonna be watching, whatever.
I think it's just encouraging people to get involved. I know a lot of times people say, "Well, what do I get involved with?" Like, just find one organization that has aligns with one thing you're interested in, and it's a ripple effect after that. Like, we gotta be involved somehow, and even if you can't physically be there, like donating to an organization that you care about or boosting the post. It's a number of ways that we can be involved. But other than that, for everybody that was talking in the comments or leaving comments or just engaging with us, thank you. I love questions and comments and things like that. MD, thank you for the invitation. I'm
You
definitely
know what I
ready
mean?
for season 3 because I'm trying to be at the round table. So
Yeah, hell yeah, you definitely got to. And before I get out of here, these my two sponsors. Good as new power washer for my boy D Harris. You see the number on the screen, 443-513-6827. And Accurate Clean Exterior Services, my boy G, 443-365-4081. Them boys got that thing for you, man. Have your house looking brand new. And Stay Good Apparel, which is the clothing line that I rep every single day. Be on the lookout for that OG merch coming, shorts and all that. And check out the new. They got a website up. He just put it up. I want to say yesterday or the day before, but it is up right now. StayGoodApparel.com. Make sure y'all check that out, man. Again, I appreciate you for coming through, man. I hope you'll be there at the round table. I wish you much success on everything you got coming up, everything you got going on. Hopefully, I'll be off on one of them Juneteenths. Come try and be out there with my black folk and wilding out. You know
this
what
will
I'm saying?
Adrian. I'm trying to get Adrian to come and set up a vendor table.
You know
So
what I'm saying? Hey, you heard that, my boy. Plug in.
put
You
up.
heard that, my boy. You know what I'm saying? When we bought that, we try and do that because I'm trying to tell you, like I told him, man, I'm rocking Stay Good like it's mine. He gonna rock OG podcast like it's his. That's how we gonna rock forever. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And anything you got going on, please send it to me. Our podcast, we gonna put it up. I'm gonna post it on my personal Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Cause we love what you're doing out here for the community.
Thank
All
you so
right.
much.
So
Yep.
that is the OG podcast. I'm gonna holler at y'all boys, man. Next Sunday, 7 o'clock. New guests. I'll be announcing that Wednesday. So I'll see y'all next Sunday. Thanks.